Okay, I'm skipping ahead a little, or this is going to put me to sleep. So he trades his unborn baby for some hearty greens, and then the witch takes her when she's born and names her Lettuce. Rapunzel. And she puts her in this tall tower. Well, no, that sounds familiar. Okay. And when she wants to come in, she says, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel had beautiful, long hair that shone like gold. When she heard the voice of the witch, she would unbind the plaits of her hair and let it down below. The witch would climb up it. After they had lived thus a few years, it happened as the king's son. There's the prince. As the king's son was riding through the wood, he came to the tower, and as he drew near, he heard a voice singing so sweetly that he stood still and listened. It was Rapunzel in her loneliness, trying to pass away the time with sweet songs. The king's son wished to go to her and sought to find a door in the tower, but there was none. So he rode home. The song had entered into his heart, and every day he went into the wood and listened to it. Cute or creepy. It depends on your taste, I suppose. Once, as he was standing there under a tree, he saw the witch come up and listened while she called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Then he saw how Rapunzel let down her long hair, and how the witch climbed up by it and went in the tower. And he said to himself, "Since that is the ladder, I will climb it and seek my fortune." No, I'm sorry. I'm trying. It's just that's so creepy. Seek his fortune? What in the world? Okay, yes, I know you're trying to sleep. Personally, I think my commentary is very additive. Thank you. Fine, I will stop interrupting. Or I'll try. No, that's the best you're gonna get. I will try. The next day, as soon as it began to grow dusk, the prince went to the tower and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And she let down her hair, and the king's son climbed up by it. Rapunzel was greatly terrified when she saw that a man had come to her, for she had never seen one before. Holy shit. But the king's son began speaking so kindly to her, and told how her singing had entered into his heart, so that he could have no peace until he had seen her herself. Then Rapunzel forgot her terror, and when he asked her to take him for her husband, and she saw that he was young and beautiful, she thought to herself, "I certainly like him much better than old Mother Grothel." And she put her hand into his hand. What? No, I know I said, but come on, are you hearing this? The first man she ever meets, and she's just like, "Yeah, sure. This one, he's better than the evil witch, so he's good enough." Get some standards, you poor woman. Get a better name and some standards. God, you're telling me these stories are for kids. What are they supposed to be learning from this? Avoid leafy vegetables? Okay, so she's set on the prince. Fine, whatever. She said, "I would willingly go with thee, but I do not know how I shall get out. When you come, bring each time a silken rope, and I will make a ladder. And when it is ready, I will get down by it out of the tower, and you shall take me away on your horse." They agreed that he should come to her every evening, as the old woman came in the daytime. So the witch knew nothing of all this until once Rapunzel said to her unwittingly, "Mother Gothel, how is it that you climb up here so slowly, and the king's son is with me in a moment?" Wait, okay, can I just say something, though? Just real quick. Here, please. Yes, okay. What just happened here? She comes up with this great idea to make a ladder, and they keep it all secret for how long, and then she just gives it all away? Why? I cannot just roll with it. I'm sorry. There are just too many poor writing decisions here, and things just happen. I mean, where is the character agency? Brothers Grimm do not deserve their stellar reputation if this is what all their stories are like. You know what? Whatever. I'm done trying to make sense of anything. Let's just finish this. Okay, so Rapunzel spills the beans, the witch gets all mad, and in her anger, she seized Rapunzel by her beautiful hair, and then grasping a pair of shears in her hand, snip, snap, the beautiful locks lay on the ground. And she was so hard-hearted that she took Rapunzel and put her in a desert place, where she lived in great woe and misery. Sounds about right. The same day on which she took Rapunzel away, she went back to the tower in the evening and made fast the severed locks of hair to the window. And the king's son came and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Then she let the hair down, and the king's son climbed up. But instead of his dearest Rapunzel, he found the witch looking at him with wicked glittering eyes. "Aha!" cried she, mocking him. "You came for your darling, but the sweet bird sits no longer in the nest and sings no more. The cat has got her, and will scratch out your eyes as well. Rapunzel was lost to you. You will see her no more." The king's son was beside himself with grief, and in his agony he sprang from the tower. What the fuck? Okay, nope, not even touching that. In his agony, he sprang from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorns on which he fell put out his eyes, and he wandered blind through the wood, eating nothing but roots and berries, and doing nothing but lamenting and weeping for the loss of his dearest wife. So he wandered several years in misery, until at last he came to the desert place where Rapunzel lived with her twin children that she had borne, a boy and a girl. Children, when did that happen? At first he heard a voice that he thought he knew, and when he reached the place from which it seemed to come, Rapunzel knew him, and fell on his neck and wept. And when her tears touched his eyes, they became clear again, and he could see with them as well as ever. Then he took her to his kingdom, where he was received with great joy. They lived long and happily. Wow. Well, there you go. Happy ending, twin terrors notwithstanding. This has been Storytime with your amazing boyfriend, and I do hope you've enjoyed. You feeling any better, babe? Babe. Oh, you're asleep. Well, what do you know? I guess it did work after all. No, come here, sweetheart. You're so warm. If it gets you to sleep this peacefully, I guess I'll have to read to you more often. Maybe something a little more modern next time, though. I will never look at lettuce the same way. Anyways. Good night, sweetheart. Sleep well.